Hey everyone, welcome back to the sunny side. I'm Sunny, and today I'm going to tell you guys why you suck at relationships. Yeah, according to your Zodiac sign. Alright, now truthfully, this is not my thing, right? I'm the love hypnotist. I'm like into love, why relationships work. I always trying to make, things work. But my sexy little crab was surfing the internet, and she came across this particular article that says, the unedited truth about why you suck at relationships based on your Zodiac sign. So I thought it would be pretty fun to read to you guys, and I'll give you my 2 cents about it too. Now, okay, and of course there are timestamps in the description box below if you want to skip ahead to your sign. And before I get to, okay, and of course, as always, I've set up a Patreon account and a PayPal donation button if you want to help support the channel financially, and every little bit helps and I super appreciate it. And there's also an Amazon.com wish list, and it's to help support the channel like that, and it's all of that is found in the description box below. Alright, so that's the blah blah. Alright, here we go. Guys, there are lots of signs. Most signs have reputations based on like reputation, but it's not necessarily true. There's like we were talking the other day about, myself and my sexy little crab were talking the other day about sun signs and compatibility and how they work, and different signs are looking for different things, so that's, you can't just carte blanche them all based on planet placement or house placement or what you think. In addition to that, many of these signs, and I had to look at the list, and many of this stuff that you're going to hear right now, it's based on reputation, and it's not necessarily true. And the first sign is Aries. It's like, saying Aries is a sporty sign. That's not true even in the least. Aries is a different thing, and I'll get to it in a sec. Or like saying, anyways, it goes on and on. Everybody, there's a reputation for like blah, and then there's what the real action is. And I hope you guys can appreciate that. And when you throw your stones, make sure you throw your stones in the right direction. Don't be hurting innocent people. Okay, you shouldn't throw stones at all, but like frankly, I don't care. Okay, here we go. Why you suck at relationships. Dear Aries, you suck at being able to put up with boring. You're not naturally interested in commitment until you find someone just as exciting and adventurous as you are. This means that you have a lot of short relationships. You don't want to slow down and have a huge fear of being tied down to someone who wants you to settle down. You're going to keep sucking at relationships until you meet someone whose version of growing old is as exciting as yours. Alright, here's my 2 cents. I think this is bullshit. Okay? Aries, Aries is not necessarily an exciting sign. There are tons and tons and tons of boring Aries. Okay? Aries is not like, they're not skydivers. That's Sagittarius. Aries is not always doing fun stuff. Sagittarius. Aries is not the most playful sign. That's Leo. Aries is not the most dramatic. That's Leo. Of the fire signs, Aries is the most assertive. They're the most jump into action sign. They're the most do stuff right away. They're not the most restless sign. That's Gemini. A lot of the Aries gets a lot of accolades for other stuff just because of the first sign of the Zodiac. That's not true. Aries means innocence. You guys got that? The first house is I am. Aries is, an I am kind of sign. They also need people, they need people, and I'll tell you that in another video. So, why does Aries really suck at relationships? Aries sucks at relationships because they're competitive. They will always want to see what they can do. They're always trying to push a boundary. So, just like children like to push boundaries. So Aries are quick to get into relationships, and they're very quick to break up and get back. So Aries is the sign that breaks up with you and gets back together. Breaks up, gets back together. It's very much an Aries kind of thing. And they're very vocal and demonstrative, and they can be very abusive about it. So, okay, maybe Aries sucks at relationships because they're abusive. Okay, so, alright, so keep that in mind. The problem with Aries in relationships is Aries is competitive, and they always want to win. So, which is nothing wrong with that, except there's got to be a give and take, in relationships. And Aries is always, they like they're competitive, and they're always trying to win. And to be quite honest, that's why they suck at relationships. It has nothing to do with putting up with boring, and it has nothing to. And Aries does commit. They're the number one sign of jumping into commitments. So that's it. And as far as being tied down is concerned, that's a Sagittarius thing as well. Anyways, like I said, reputation and reality. Aries, you suck at relationships because you always want to beat your partner. That's not cool, man. You're supposed to be on the same side. You will succeed if you find someone, if you can compete on the same team as your partner instead of against your partner. Then you will succeed at relationships. Next, Taurus. You suck at opening, okay, according to this, you suck at opening up to people. You scare people off. Taurus does scare people off? Are you crazy? Okay, you scare people off because you appear to be such an emotional rock from the outside. Not many people are willing to stick around as long as it takes for you to trust them and open up. You've got to give them something that lets them know you're interested and that they should keep trying to get to know you. Not true at all. The reason why Taurus sucks at relationships is because they're possessive control freaks. Straight up. Taurus wants to own you. They want to possess you. They treat you like a thing. You know? They take care of their things, you know? They share sometimes, you know. It's not that they share. Like they help and nurture their things. That's why Taurus sucks in a relationship. They're stable energy, you know? They're a rock. You know, they are very easy to get to know, you know, they're placid, they're tranquil, it's Venus energy. So they're very loving and very sensual, and they fall in love very quickly, but they're not going to move, okay? So if you're courting a Taurus, you're going to have to go after them and like engage them in their reality and then lead them out of it to wherever you guys want to go together. But that's the easiest thing in the world, because it's not like Taurus is going anywhere. They're not moving anywhere. That's not the deal. To seduce a Taurus, you just gotta, you know, you'll know they're a Taurus because they smell nice and they're sensual, and then you just gotta go up and talk to them. You know, are they gonna jump in the jiggy pool with you in the very first date? Maybe, maybe not. You know, it all depends on how tight your game is. The reality is, Taurus sucks at relationships because they are extremely possessive and extremely controlling. And they are passive aggressive, and they will sulk and they will fight you back about it. You know, it takes a while to get them going, but they will hit the rage button. That's why Taurus sucks at relationships. No offense. I love Taurus, actually. Next, Gemini. Gemini, according to this, you suck at being the adult sometimes. Gemini, that sounds more like Aries, okay? Aries is the childish one. Okay, Gemini, you suck at being the adult sometimes. Geminis live in their own positivity bubble where everything is sunshine and unicorn frappuccinos. Well, this is like a relatively new article. Relationships require unpleasant work from time to time, and when Gemini fails to realize this, it can make their partner feel alone, which makes them question the viability of the relationship as a whole. You're going to keep sucking until you find a way to infuse all of your passion into the mundane things like relationship maintenance too. What do you guys think about that? Okay, I don't consider Geminis being childish in the least. Gemini's biggest problem is that they're indecisive and they're flaky, and they make decisions at the very last minute. It's extremely unstable for relationships. Okay, having said that, Gemini does like to partner up. Okay, what else? Okay, let's take a step back. Okay. When they find the right person to have an adventure with, they will have an adventure with that person. Okay. The real reason that Gemini has trouble and sucks at relationship is Geminis are very, very slow to make decisions. They make decisions at the very last second, and they're always flip-flopping back and forth. That means when it comes to relationships, they don't know if they're in, they don't know if they're out. It's extremely unstable, and to top it all off, Gemini is boy crazy, and they are extremely weak in the zipper. How about Gemini? You're bad at relationships because you're one of our least faithful signs, okay? Has nothing to do with being childish. I'll say it again. That's an Aries thing. Aries is the innocent one here. Gemini is straight up a badass, and you're sleeping around with everybody, and that's why your relationships suck. This guy's know nothing about astrology. Okay, Cancer. Cancer, you stuck at standing up for yourself. Alright, Cancers love, and hate conflict. It's very hard for them to handle any kind of disharmony, but moments of conflict are necessary for the long-term health of the relationship. Instead, they prefer to sweep issues under the rug and continue to idolize their partner until their emotions explode out of them. You're going to continue to suck at relationships until you realize that small, unpleasant conversations are better than waiting until the issues are too big to casually discuss. Yes and no. It's not why they suck at relationships. Cancers, alright. Cancers don't really sweep things under the rug. You just have to know how to communicate with them. I think Cancer is by far and away, one of my beautiful and amazing signs. But like, when there's conflict, they shell up, right? But you can see it, you know? If there's conflict rising with a Scorpio, Scorpio will get cold in the face, and you won't see how mad they are. You won't see how upset they are. And when they attack, you're dead. your game is over. But when you're with a Cancer and they get upset, their form of communication changes. Cancer is an extremely dynamic, communicative sign. Not chatty Cathy like Gemini, but Cancers communicate through emotions and gestures in addition to language. And you just got to learn to realize that. So it's not necessarily, they say they clam up, right? But that's just language is just the details. You know what your Cancer is going through, right? And if you're at odds, you can tell what's going on. And it's your fault. So apologize. So that's the deal with Cancer and their communication thing and blah 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 and blah blah blah. Now, the real reason Cancers suck at relationship is because, man, they smother the hell out of you, you know? They super don't let you do nothing, you know? They give so much love in their relationships and they want so much back and they expect so much back, and you should give so much back because they deserve it. But like, Cancers want to be the only one that like the only one, you know? I don't see anything wrong with that. They kind of deserve it. So like, imagine a Gemini who wants to sleep with everybody on the planet and a Cancer who just wants to be with you and only you. You guys think that's going to work? I don't really think so. And it doesn't matter where your moon is placed or any Venus-Sun connection. If one person wants to have an open relationship and one person has a closed relationship, that ain't going to work, okay? So straight up, give it up, right? Okay, let's get back to Cancer here. The reason Cancers suck at relationship is they are an extremely controlling sign, you know, and they're extremely passive aggressive and they're very, emotional, meaning they get upset very easy. That side of emotional, you know. Leo is super happy, Sagittarius is super happy, Cancer gets super sad very quickly. So they suck at relationships because they lay the guilt trip very quickly, or the partner feels guilty because they hurt the Cancer, and that happens all the time, like every single day. So those are the two things. One, Cancer's passive-aggressive guilt trip can be quite excessive at times, and Cancer is exceptionally smothering, and all of that, guys, is at the best of times. So Cancer, I love you so much, Cancer, and I ain't going nowhere. But that's why you suck at relationships. Next, Leo, you suck at trusting people to give you your due. You suck at trusting people to give you your due. You need to trust people to give you accolades? Whatever. It's no secret that Leos love attention, and this can often present itself as feeling overlooked or underappreciated when their love isn't piling compliments on them. Admit it. You started fights because you think your partner is taking advantage of you. At the beginning of the relationship, you need to communicate clearly to your love that you need attention and affection from them to come in the form of concrete words. You'll both be happier with this, and expectations is clearly defined. I don't know, man. I think the real reason Leos suck in relationship is because they're straight up attention whores. You know? Okay, two things. One, they're nitpicky. Kind of like Virgo, but not as bad as Virgo. Virgo like nitpicky, right? But like, Leo wants you to look your best. So like, if something is out of place, like if your hair is messy, Leo's not gonna like that. I get tons of comments from Leos about my hair. Like I really don't care. Like, you don't like it, whatever. You know? So like, or like you're sure something is out of place or something. See, my fingernails need to be touched up. That'd freak a Leo out. They just get on my ass and won't get off. And so there's that, right? Like, seriously. Also, Leo's a bit shallow, you know? So they're like, but there's a thing here, is substance versus style. Scorpio is all about substance. Leo's all about style. They square each other. They don't really see eye to eye. But there's there's something to be said about style and looking good. Libra's a really good looking, stylish sign, and it's a good thing. There's strength. Leo's strength is style and looking good. So like, that's a good thing. It's not a good thing, however, when you get down on your partner because they're like a little, chill. So you imagine a Taurus that's a little messy, hanging out with a Leo who's like a wannabe look perfect all the time. That's going to cause problems, right? Taurus and Leo square each other. Okay, so that's one part. The other part is, okay, so that's one thing. The other thing is, Leo is a major attention hog. So if you're going out together, Leo wants to hog the spotlight. So if you're in a situation where it's your night and you're getting your accolades and you're up for your awards and stuff, Leo still wants to shine and not take the shine away from everybody. It's not what they're thinking. They're not trying to steal your thunder. They just want to shine, They just want the accolades. They just want to be recognized. They want to be seen, and they want to, be the center of attention. That's why Leos suck at relationships. That's why. They're me. They see, Leo's not selfish, okay? They're a very gregarious and giving sign. But they want to steal the spotlight. They are attention whores. That's why they suck at relationships. Just like Aries always wants to compete against their partner and they don't really want to be team play, they can be team players, but it's a problem like that, all right? Leo's very giving, but they don't want to, but they just want all of the attention, and that's why they're bad at relationships. Virgo, you suck at picking the right people. Oh, that's interesting. You view garbage people as a fun project, something for you to challenge yourself with fixing. And then months later, you wonder why you feel more like your BF's mom than his partner. You're going to keep sucking at relationships until you force yourself to be vulnerable enough to pick someone who's on an equal footing with you. All right, I disagree with this. This sounds exactly why Pisces sucks at relationships, not necessarily Virgo. Virgo, you suck at relationships because you can't leave things alone. Whatever it is, you're like, see something, you want to scratch at it, and you want to pick at it until it bleeds and bleeds and bleeds and bleeds, and it never heals. Yeah, Virgo's like the king of like beating a dead horse, like Scorpio beats dead horses, right? Because Scorpio, like, the brain go, right? Or Aries like, or like Taurus is like, but like Cancer, like, but Virgo is like, and you keep going until they change. But when they change, it's too late. Once there's a scar on the scene, Virgo always sees the scar. Like they can't really let go. They can't, and it has nothing to do with a hurt. Just like Leo wants you to look your best at all times, and they'll freak out if your hair is out of place. Leo will let it go, They're like, okay, whatever. And then the next day, they'll like, you dress good, Leo's gonna like that. Virgo is gonna be like, you remember like 2 years ago, you didn't look good, and they're always gonna be on guard for it. Virgo's a worrying sign. Well, they don't worry, but like, they look like they worry all the time. And so, that's the action. Virgo, you suck at relationships because you won't let it go. You're always nitpicking at everything. And man, no one wants to be constantly criticized. Why are you criticizing your partner? Okay, there's nothing wrong, Virgo, with doing your action and being critical. Nothing wrong with it. But you have to find another way to express yourselves. And next, Libra. I know why Libra sucks at... I know why I suck at relationships, Sonny. It's because I'm too pretty. That's why Okay. Not compared to my sexy little crab, you're not, Libra. Straight up. Libra, it's not that you suck at relationships, it's that everyone else sucks at relationships. Seriously, you're totally out of place in the cold-hearted world of modern dating. You generally care about people and want to form relationships with them. You're not interested in commitment just for the sake of commitment, but it's hard to find someone who isn't scared off by wanting something real. You'll stop sucking when everyone else wises up, or you find another Libra to get with. Oh, Libra, that's like the flakiest combination I've ever heard. Okay. No, Libra, that's not the problem. Very easy. Okay, so Libras are bad at relationships because Libras make their partner jealous. Straight up. That's why. You know, forget about the judging, forget about the blah, 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 blah. Libra, you make your partner jealous. You're too casual with with everyone. You're too casual, and you're too flirty without even realizing it. You're too affable, and I think that's all a beautiful thing. But your partner gets jealous, and then it hits the freak, and when your partner hits the freak, it upsets you because you don't realize you're flirting with everybody, but that's the game. At least you're not as bad as Gemini or Sagittarius, who are actually sleeping with everybody, right? Or Aquarius who's sleeping with everybody. Man, that's just a horrible scene. So that's the deal. Libra, you suck at relationships because you get your partner jealous. Scorpio, you suck at letting people know you like them. Oh yeah, no kidding. People get exhausted by having a crush on a Scorpio because Scorpios never want to be vulnerable enough to return someone affection. But this is how good, healthy relationships start. You end up in the same game-playing relationships because you refuse to do things. You're going to keep sucking at relationships until you humble your ego a little bit and put yourself out there. Alright, Scorpio, get off your ass and make some action happen. You suck at relationships because you're afraid to express yourself. Straight up. Introverted is one thing. Shy is one thing. Weak game? That's totally different. You want your relationships to work? You got to say what's on your mind. And for Scorpio, problem with Scorpio is they don't always know what's on their mind. They don't always know what's fact and what's fiction. They pride themselves on being psychic. They pride themselves on being fast. They pride themselves on getting to the point faster than other people. You know, and they pride themselves in seeing things out. Kind of like Virgo prides themselves in seeing the path. You know, Scorpio prides himself on that too. So something is said that jars you a little bit, Scorpio, you're going to spin off way down the road and you're going to hit the freak just because of a casual comment. So meaning, if your partner looks at someone a little bit, you know, like hungrily, let's say, you're going to absolutely freak. You're going to think they're cheating on you when that's not true. You know, you're going to want to do that. Like, it's really funny. Scorpio, you're so mental. That's the problem. Scorpio, your biggest problem in relationships is that you get jealous for stupidness that's not really there. You know, Taurus is possessive. They're control freaks. You know, Cancer is smothering. Scorpio, your problem in a relationship is you can't trust anybody. And that's the action. Two things. You can't trust anybody and you don't speak up. That's instead of speaking up, you bottle it in and then you hit the freak. And then it's too late. And your freak is usually about something that's imagined in your own head. So those are the problems with you in relationships, Scorpio. First, too jealous. Second, you don't express your needs. Next, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, before I read this, you suck at relationships because you weaken the zipper. Straight up, okay? And when you speak, man, you pierce people hard. So, you know, you come off as uncaring. But, like, I know you care, right? And you're very giving. Anyways, Sagittarius, you suck at taking potential relationships seriously. Because of your laid-back nature, you've let healthy relationships slip through your fingers. You prefer to take things as they come, and it can read to others like disinterest. You need to realize that if you met someone great, they're a rare commodity and worth the occasional stress it will take to lock them down. No, Sagittarius, you suck at relationships straight up because, like, the things you say because you don't sugarcoat things. Just like so many of these signs get down on me for not sugarcoating it. Everybody just, you know, Sag, you piss your partner off because you don't sugarcoat it. I'm not saying to sugarcoat it, just find a nice way to say it, you know? So that's one thing. You're not nitpicky, right? You're not, so like, don't sweat that. And truthfully, you only throw stones or use those Sagittarius arrows when you're upset or something's bugging you. And they pierce, right? And they hurt. So that's the thing. But the real reason, Sag, you suck at relationships is because you don't really, you know, you don't want to be controlled or tied down. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're one of our most liberated and freest and most expressive signs. And as such, you suck at relationships because it's not your thing. You know, Cancer and Libra, they suck at relationships because they're too much in their thing. Scorpio sucks on it because it's like their only thing and they freak out. You know, they don't want to share. You know, You suck at relationships because you don't really want to be in one. You know? Nothing wrong with that. You are looking for a partner in crime, and everybody should know that, but you're a little too quick to hit the boogie. And not in an Aries kind of way, right? But, you know, you really want your freedom and you don't want to be tied down. And there's nothing wrong with that. Except being in a relationship is not about, you're not tied down. It's supposed to liberate you. You know, you find someone to do stuff with. And once you get that through your mind, you're going to be okay, Sag. You know, you're one of our most gregarious signs. You know, you give, you're joyful, you're happy, you're our most optimistic sign. You have so much good to share with everyone. Just for some reason, relationships make you feel controlled. And that's your biggest problem. You got to liberate yourself from that. Capricorn, you suck at realizing that everyone has flaws. Yeah, no kidding. Your standards are sky high and you justify it because you're just as hard on yourself as you are on everyone else. However, you prevent yourself from meeting and dating a lot of really incredible people because they don't perfectly fit the mold of what you think you want. You're going to keep sucking at relationships as long as you think love is going to come to you in a cookie cutter form. Capricorn, you suck at relationships because you're shy. Capricorn, you suck at relationships because you don't say what's on your mind. Capricorn, you suck at relationships because you stand back and wait for them to come to you, and you won't, and your partner doesn't feel like you're fighting for them. You are. I know that. I'm the astrologer. I know exactly what you're going through, but like they don't see it, right? Capricorn, you suck at relationships because your emotions are too bottled up. They're too on the inside. You're too quiet. You know, like a Cancer Capricorn rising, that's a super emotional sign that doesn't say anything, that's cold. You know, their facade is cold. Or like a Taurus with a Capricorn rising, they're not going to ever say anything. They'll be like seriously. Or, you know, so keep that in mind. Capricorn, you suck at relationships because you don't express yourselves. You know, that's the biggest deal. Relationships is about communication. You know, it's communicating. You know, and it's not about like different forms of communicating. That's not your problem. Capricorn, your problem is you don't communicate, and you know, it's not like you like to see your partner leave. You know, like Sagittarius. You know, you just won't. Capricorn, all you have to do is say I love you, and you're gonna be cool. If you can do that, your relationships are okay. That's your biggest problem in relationships. You don't tell your partner that you love them enough. Straight up. Next, dear Aquarius, you suck at thinking anyone else is on your level. Oh yeah, you're not the most arrogant sign though, Aquarius. Anyways, intellectually, you don't think anyone is really on your speed. And this is the kind of snobbery other people pick up on. Instead of showing off all of the things you know, you need to spend time building bridges and drawing the conversation out of other people. That's a skill. You can read about it. Oh, these guys are rude, man. As soon as you take this as a challenge and put your mind to the conversation as a discovery process instead of a sparring match, you'll be a lot more successful with people. Alright. I don't think any of that's the problem, by the way. Aquarius, I don't think you come off as snob. You can be a dick sometimes, but I don't think you're really snobby. Like, Scorpio's a snob, so I don't like... Capricorn's a snob, you know, and... So, just anyways... No, I think the problem with Aquarius is very similar to Capricorn. It's not, except it's a little different. Aquarius is one of our most passionate signs. They have a tremendous amount going on beneath the surface. Tremendous, tremendous, tremendous. And it doesn't come out gracefully. It comes out in bursts of revolution of like, holy jeez, they really do like me. You know, like you go overboard. Like you hold it all in, and then you go overboard. Sudden and unexpected revolutionary energy. That's the Aquarius thing. And so, you know, this is you have a reputation of being arrogant and aloof, but that's not. I don't believe in that. I think you're observational. So that's the problem with Aquarius in relationships. You stand back because you're so passionate. You have so much inside. You're standing back and watching and waiting. Standing back and, oh, is it ready to make a move? Should I do this? Should I do that? Are we ready to go? It's not exactly indecisive, but it's like you're waiting for the most logical time. You know, like there's a way to do it, according to you guys, there's a way that you guys see it through, and the way doesn't always jive with reality, and you really want to do it, but like you gotta wait for your scene to open up. And when it opens up, you've been waiting so long and all this passion is there, you just freak out and like, ah, and then you scare everybody off. That's why you suck at relationships. You know, you're not aloof, you're definitely not an uncaring sign, you're an extremely caring sign. But the problem is, you got other problems too. One is like, Alright, there's more. So Aquarius is all about getting to know you first. And what's difficult is they make friends first, right? And that's like the friend zone. And it's very difficult to get out of. So that's Aquarius's biggest problem. They're observational. They want to see what the other guy has to offer before they'll do it. They're unwilling, because there's so much they have and there's so much emotion within them. They're unwilling, and they know it's dangerous for them to open up and let it all out. And because it doesn't come out, it doesn't trickle out. You know, they're not Libra, they're not graceful, right? So like, it will explode onto the scene, and they need to feel safe before they can release that passion. It's like Scorpio. You need to feel safe before you can release that passion. And so the problem with Aquarius is they're friends first, and the partner, the guy, you know, they don't really know if they're into you know, if you're into them or not. That's the problem, which really sucks. So you gotta get someone who understands that, you know? They understand that you gotta play slow game for a little bit, just a little bit, you know? You gotta play a little bit of slow game, and then you gotta play fast seduction. That's how your relationship is gonna speed. You know, if anyone's looking to pull an Aquarius, just saying. Okay. And finally, Pisces. You suck at welcoming people into your world. Oh, really? I got another thing about... Okay. Pisces are extremely intimidating people to date. Seriously? Pisces? But they never realize this is true about themselves. They think they're warm and open when in fact they disappear into their own world without inviting their partner in. These are the unattainable, smart, dreamy people who don't ever seem focused on the relationships as their partner is. You're going to keep sucking at relationships until you realize perception is reality, and the people you date need to see how much you care. Alright, straight up, the reason Pisces suck at relationship is because they suck at relationships. Pisces is one of the biggest flakes of the Zodiac. They are extremely emotional, and they feel all of this emotion. They're not as visual about it as Cancer, but Pisces definitely feels it, and instead of working through it, they hit the boogie and they're on to the next. So any form of Pisces sucks at relationships because Pisces is unwilling to work through the conflict. Cancer will work through the conflict. Pisces will just hit the boogie and take off. Libra, I make fun of Libra for being flaky all the time, but that's not what's going on. Libra wants you in their lives, you know, and they're just want you to be graceful, you know, and cordial and beautiful, and I think that's a good thing. Pisces doesn't care. If there's any bit of strife, Pisces hits the boogie, they ain't coming back. You know, Pisces can easily go it all alone. Pisces is constantly submerged in the ethereal divine, and they don't care. You have to engage them in Pisces, you have to engage your Pisces in their reality, and bring them out, and do this, and do this, and this. Pisces is a wonderful sign. They're beautiful. They're emotional. They're extremely, extremely romantic and ridiculously supportive. And they are there to help you in every single possible way. And I think Pisces is awesome. The problem with Pisces is extremely quick to hit the boogie and they ain't coming back. And that's the problem. Even Sagittarius. We know why Sagittarius freaks out, you know? And just because Sagittarius freaks, when Sag freaks, they're gone. You know, they're going up the road. You can run up and catch them and continue your relationship beside them. When you know, they just don't want to be controlled. Or same with Aquarius, you know? If Aquarius hits the freak, because all that passion freaking everybody out. So you can say, hey man, that's cool. Let's chill, you know? Aquarius is good again. Pisces, no. Once the heat's turned up on that fish, they're gone. And when Pisces splits, they're not coming back. So that's the deal. Pisces, that's the problem. That's the problem with Pisces. All right? When they hit the boogie, they're quick to hit the amp spray at any slightest adversity, and they're not coming back. The problem with Pisces in relationships is Pisces got a problem. Pisces not willing to work it out. And that's the action, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's really long, but timestamps in there. And I had a lot of fun. I know I went blah, 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 but I thought that was fun. The unedited truth about why you suck at relationships based on your zodiac sign. by Aaron Cassetta. I'll put the link in the description box below. And that's the action, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for being cool. Hope everyone's having an absolute wonderful day. Absolutely wonderful day. Thanks to my sexy little crab, as always, for bringing this to my attention. I super love you, baby. Mwah! And what's up? And that's the action. From thesunnyside.net, I'm Sunny, wishing everyone the absolute best of a beautiful week. And I'll see you soon.